I looked over the entire Atlanta community. I looked at 10 counties before I chose to live in the county. And one of the reasons I chose to live here is simply because it seemed safe to me. It seemed like a safe place. And I think that's largely because of the work that you guys do. And so I'm pointing this to you. I want you to vote for me because I believe in what you do and I believe I can help you. If you look at the card that I hand out, and I didn't just print this when you were invited me to come here to speak, you'll see my name on the front side, but you'll see simply 4 platforms on the back side. Number 1, public safety. Number 1, public safety, transportation, fiscal responsibility, and economic development. I believe in what you're doing, and if you look at my card, you'll recognize that I believe in what you're doing. I need your vote. If you get me in, I guarantee you I'm going to try to do everything I can to do that. Thank you very much.
Currently have structured pay plans which outline step and grade classifications relative to compensation, coupled with timeline and funded mechanism to have this program fully funded. If not, please discuss how you might address future raises in pay and promotion of qualified candidates within public safety that is both fair and equitable while remaining competitive in the job market with other jurisdictions.
My name is James Bates again, and ladies and gentlemen, I think what you're going to find as we go across this panel is that most of us are going to stand up and say that we're in favor of some kind of step and grade classification system for the police department. I mean, that's just common sense. And as a person who spent 15 to 20 years as a benefits director with a major corporation, it's just the kind of thing that you need to do. The question that we all know here tonight is that it's simply a question of how do we pay for this? In the times when we have a financial crisis. So what we need to do as commissioners is to figure out how we begin to pay for the raises that we want to give our police officers. My platform would call for business development in the county. We need to attract and build business development so that we can have the kind of companies come into the county that can support that tax base. Of course, the other alternative would be to raise our taxes, to change our millage rate. I'm not in favor of that. I think we have to develop a system where we can attract bigger and better businesses. And when we do that, we'll have the money that we need to support our business.
Mr. Tony's going to be the one that starts from this way. He's going to go to the left and then back down here.
Henry County has long enjoyed one of the lowest crime rates in the metro Atlanta area, while being one of the fastest growing communities in the nation. We have seen proposals for the elimination of positions, closing of fire stations, and across-the-board pay cuts in public safety due to aid in the balance of the budget. While we understand the need to balance the budget, we also understand that our staffing levels have decreased over the past 2 years. 18 open and unfilled police officer positions were eliminated in previous budgets, and openings have been slow to fill lately. Taking into consideration that many shifts in public safety are oftentimes minimally staffed, what plans do you have to secure positions allotted at this time and balance the actual needs of the relative departments to the staffing levels required to maintain the level of service every county residents have grown to expect?
Thank you, James Bates. As I said before the other question, I think all of us basically have the same answer to this question, the question of staffing of the police department. I think we're all in favor of it, and I think we would all admit that we think that the police should be adequately staffed. But that isn't the question. The question is, again, ladies and gentlemen, the same answer that you had for the first question. How do we pay for it? And right now, with a $10 million deficit that we have in the county, we don't have the money, and everybody knows that we don't have the money. So it's going to be a long-term solution. For us to pretend that there are short-term solutions to this, that's just not, it's just not going to happen. I've always been told that the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing, thinking that you're going to get a different result. And so the answer to this problem, I believe, is for us to change the mechanism that we have today and put in a new solution. And what I mean by that, we need new people. Because the people that are currently in there apparently don't have the answers. And they haven't taken care of this. So the only answer is going to be for us to change the people and stop doing the same thing and stop being insane as we do in the past. Thank you.
fourth benefit inter-county employees is the retirement plan. It's not only important to the individual employees that will rely on the plan for income later in life, it's also a primary focus of many career-minded prospective employees seeking employment, and is frequently used by various recruiting officers in the county to attract the most qualified candidates. For a second year in a row, we have heard of excess funds being removed from the account. We believe that these excess funds are a principal element in ensuring the solvency of the fund and are very concerned about the stability of the retirement account. The question is, what measures will you take to protect the retirement fund and ensure proper growth and future performance of the fund? That question begins with Mr. Mays.
Thank you all. Before we get done, I want to thank you all for having us here tonight and really enjoying this before we get done. Let me tell you that I spent about 15 or 20 years as a benefits manager for a Fortune 500 company. And I had the good fortune of being able to run a pension plan when I worked for them. We use these terms, but I don't want to confuse anybody, but we sometimes talk about a defined benefit plan when we talk about pension. Or you can talk about what they call a defined contribution plan. We talk about things like 401k plans or 403bs and things like that. Just looking at your system, and I don't know about running, I'll just tell you that up front. What I would recommend that you consider is changing from that defined benefit plan, from the pension plan, to a defined contribution plan, where you're contributing to your own retirement, and the government will also contribute to that, matching funds. And that way, there is no way that they can touch your particular funds, and you would not have that problem. If there's a possibility that they can touch that defined benefit plan, it would not be touched in the defined contribution plan. And I think that would totally eliminate the problem that you guys consider. That's my recommendation.
We really appreciate it. It's hard to sit up here and try to make yourself different